Hey everyone, imagine launching a server on the internet but hackers can't reach it. Your database stays completely private and only your website is visible to the world. The level of security and control is possible because of AWS VPS. Stay with me till the end. You will understand how real world cloud networks stay secure and how to design one yourself. Before going to start, please give a like to this video, share the video with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. In this video, I am going to show you that what is VPC and how can we create a VPC. Inside that VPC, how can we isolate the environment for the individual application by using subnet groups. How can we connect subnets with the other subnets by using route tables, and how can we provide the internet using the internet gateways, and also how can we assign a elastic IPs to the NAT gateways which actually provide the internet to the private instances in the VPC. This is the part 1 of the VPC. In the part 2, I will explain about pairing connections, and in the security part, network ACLs and security groups. So first let's create a VPC and what are the components we need to require to create a VPC. When we click on create VPC, there is two ways we can create a VPC. By choosing the VPC only, we need to specify the CIDR block and we need to choose the VPC encryption control. Or if you choose the VPC and more, then this whole architecture will be created by the AWS itself. In this VPC and more, there will be 4 subnets will be created. 2 is public subnets and 2 are private subnets. And also there will be 2 private route tables and 1 public route table, and that 1 public route table was attached to the internet gateway. But if we create it like this, we don't understand anything how it actually works. For that I am choosing VPC only, and now we need to provide the name. I am giving demo VPC. Now we need to provide the CIDR block. I am giving like 10.1.0.0/24, or I will give it like 2016. Then we will get around 65,535 IPs in this VPC. Now click on create VPC. Now the VPC was created. If you check the resource map, there is only one VPC was available. There is no internet gateways or the subnets are available in this VPC. There is a route table that was created by default, but we are not going to use this route table. We will create a separate route table for this VPC. Now let's create the subnets. These are the default subnets that are available, but we are going to create 2 subnets. One is private and another one is public. For the subnet creation, we need to choose the VPC, and that was demo VPC. Provide the subnet name, demo public subnet, and the availability zone 1A, and the CIDR block we need to provide 10.1.1.0/24. We will get around 256 IPs within this subnet. And again I am going to create the another subnet which is private subnet. Private, and this was 1B. Give the CIDR block 10.1.2.0/24. Again we will get 256 IPs. Now once we click on create subnet, these are created. To make it assign the auto IP to this public subnet, we need to select the public subnet and click on edit subnet settings. We need to enable the auto assign IP. Then only what we are going to launch instances within this public subnet will be assigned public IPs. Now again, if you go to check and demo VPC resource map, one public and private subnet are created. Now let's create the route table. Route table will actually make the traffic or route the traffic to the subnets through the internet gateway, and for the private instances it uses NAT gateway. For public subnet, we are going to create demo public route table and the VPC demo VPC. Click on route table. Again, create a new route table for private demo private route table. Select the VPC, create route table. If you again check the resource map, the two route tables were created, but there is no connection to the public and private subnets. This is the default route table, leave it aside. Now click on route tables, select the public route and click on subnet associations. We need to associate the subnets by clicking on edit subnet association. This is public route table, so select the public subnet, save associations. In the same way, select the private route table, click on subnet associations, select private subnet. Now the subnets are associated. Now we need to create the internet gateway to get the internet access. Now we need to create the internet gateways to get the internet to the demo VPC. Click on create internet gateway, demo internet gateway. Now we need to attach this to the VPC. Select the VPC, attach internet gateway. If we check the demo VPC, we can see even if we have created the internet gateway, but there is no internet gateway was showing in the resource map. Why? Because this is happens, we are not provided any routes to the internet gateway, but the subnet association was successful. We can able to see public subnet was associated with the public route table, and the private subnet was also associated with the private route table. Now again click on route tables. For the public route table, click on routes, edit route, add anywhere from the world and provide the internet gateway. Choose the internet gateway that were created, demo IZW. Save changes. Now the route was successful. If we click on your VPCs, there is a connection between they will be communicated by using the route internet gateway. So if we launched any instance in the public subnet, we can able to get the internet by using the internet gateway. But when it comes to private subnet, we can't get any internet through this internet gateway. So for this, we need to create a NAT gateway, and that should be launched on the public subnet. As of now, there is no gateways or NAT gateways are available. If we launch a NAT gateway, an elastic IP will be created to access the internet to the private instances. So click on NAT gateway, create NAT gateway, provide the name demo NAT, and this was regional. Provide the VPC demo VPC, and the connectivity was public. We should select automatic, then only the elastic IP will be allocated. Click on create NAT gateway. It will take a while to create the NAT gateway. the state should be pending to active. Once the NAT gateway was created successfully, we can see a elastic IP will be available here. By using this NAT gateway, the private instance in the private subnet will able to access the internet. Now the elastic IP was allocated to the NAT gateway. This means we can able to get the internet to the instances that are launched in the private subnets. By using this public IP, the instances that are in the private subnet able to get the internet access. This is how we can create a VPC to get the internet from the by using internet gateway, and for the instances that are in private subnet by using the NAT gateway. In the next video, I will show you how we can communicate between the VPCs by using the peering connections, and also in the security part how the network ACLs work and security groups work. I hope you understand about how we can create a VPC and what is VPC. If you found this video helpful, please give a like to this video and share the video with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching this video.